Rob Scott is the Chief Executive Officer of Tellytrack, and for many years Phumelela held a race day to benefit children less fortunate than ourselves, known as the Christmas Race Day, which has been driven to a large extent by Julie Alexander, along with the help of various Phumelela staff members. But Rob Scott is the man who we blame for putting this event into turbocharge, and we're going to find out a little bit about the history of this particular event.
Robert Garner was involved in the beginning. He always contributes. Patrick Davis, he used to contribute, and this year Clyde contributed for him from a racing perspective. And we were looking at a way to start to grow our customer base to offer race days. And what we did was we approached 30 of our suppliers, and we got 8 of them to come to the party, purchase races. And the real purpose behind it was not only just to support the kids, because we felt that was a good cause, but also to introduce a new crowd to racing, to see that there can be a great day's entertainment had, that you can support a good cause. And we've actually got some people that want to do race days of their own. We've actually picked up 3 new customers from that. So I think it was a mission accomplished on all fronts. Not only did we help these kids, but we've also introduced some new customers to taking race days. So that's pretty exciting.
When you take people racing for the first time, it's inevitable that there will be a bit of betting, and of course we hope that there's more betting, but would it be fair to say that the most important aspect of taking people racing is to promote the sport of thoroughbred horse racing?
Absolutely. I think we lose that in the racing industry. I think many of us focus too much on the betting side, and whilst that pays the bill and is very important, if you think of the casino industry, they talk about entertainment first and the bet will come afterwards. And I think that was part of the day. We explained to people how the betting worked, and we spent some time on that, but really it was about the horses racing, it was about having fun. We had guys playing music up there, it was about the kids. And so suddenly it wasn't all just you have to have a bet. People that didn't want to bet had a great time, and some people won some money. I happened to tip the PAs to a couple of people, so they were very pleased. But that didn't make the day. It wasn't so much about whether you won or lost, it was about how much you enjoyed the day.
And Rob, what sort of advice do you give to newbies who come to the races who might just be strategy-less if they didn't get some sort of guidance?
Well, my tip is always very easy. My best tip about racing is keep your losses low. And I think as long as you manage with a budget and you come and enjoy yourself with a small budget or something that you can afford to lose, then everybody's a winner. And that's really the strategy that I suggested to everybody. And some people left with 8 or 9 times what they started with, and other people lost 100 rand. So it was fine, everybody enjoyed it. The guys that really lost money were the guys that contributed to the cause. The guys like Bruce Gardner, who donated 30,000 rand on the day to help us prop up an additional bursary. And for me, that was an amazing thing to see a guy like him just say, here's 30,000 rand, we have so much, we forget about how much we have, and he was willing to put his hand in his pocket. So I thought that was a fantastic gesture. But all the guys that were there had either bought a table or sponsored a race. So everybody was a winner at the end of the day. I think people felt good about contributing to those kids.
Gary Players always said that the price of survival is change, and therefore evolution has to be progression.
Yeah, I think the thing about this project is that I'm hoping that over the years to come we can grow it into something really meaningful for Phumelela. I think it's a CSR project that has got a lot of legs, and in the past we've kind of focused it on the rooms upstairs. I'm hoping next year to go more to the public, to try and maybe involve an outside sponsor, one of the radio stations, maybe 94.7, who do the Christmas wish, and to try and turn that day into something really special where we can actually give a lot more to a lot more people. So we've got a few ideas in terms of growing it, and I think everything in life is slowly. You start off with a small plan and you end up hopefully with a big plan. But I'm hoping to see that the Phumelela Christmas Tree, powered by Tellytrack, becomes a really nice big event where we really do give back to our community. And I'm talking even across our grooms, that type of thing. I think we sometimes don't realize the kind of situation our grooms' families find themselves in. And maybe there's a way that we can do something special for them on that day as well. So help our own as well.
Emotions are quite possibly the most powerful force known to humankind, and I don't believe anything is impossible with positive emotions.
It was quite amazing to see, number one, that these kids that come from, and I don't know their backgrounds completely, but certainly living in a home where they don't have a mother and a father, probably from not the best circumstances, spoke so well, were able to stand up and talk to people, and it gives you a lot of hope for the future when you see that type of thing. And the one young lady who was studying a BCom in communications stood up, and she got very emotional, and she got the whole room emotional. And again, that drove me to start to think about how could we take some of these kids and use them in our business. So, you know, the fact that she's studying a BCom communications, I would think Tellytrack or publishing would be a good landing spot for a kid like that. So I think that was very memorable, and that's planted a seed in my mind in terms of how we can take this thing forward and make it more meaningful to these kids to really start to change lives long term.
Rob, so going forward, the day seems to be entrenched and moving forward in a very positive direction.
If I think about how this started between Julie, Robert and Patrick and Clyde, we've now come on board to give it a little bit of extra exposure. I think we'll just grow from strength to strength.